Hello AFAM and welcome to TidBit Tuesday. I'm Josh.
And I'm Ashley.
And this is a video where we just talk about stuff and things not related exactly to travel, but tangential to travel because we normally do travel content. So if you are new, welcome. This is not a normal video. This is TidBit Tuesday.
Every Tuesday we try to put these videos out for you guys and we ask you what you want to know about us. And so last week we had a few of you ask a question that Josh picked out this week. So he's in charge. He's going to ask me questions and we're going to find out what that is now.
Yeah, so last week we had sort of a technology-based video. It was really about what we have in our carry-ons. And among those was Ashley's Kindle. We mentioned that we listened to podcasts because we were talking about the data that we use while we travel. And a lot of people asked, what podcasts do you actually listen to? What books are you reading right now? And I thought that was really interesting because I like sharing things that I'm interested in. And so I thought I'd expand that a little bit to what music are you interested in? What are you watching right now? Including what are you reading and listening to on podcasts, that sort of thing.
So I, while traveling, get motion sickness, so reading is out of the question for most of the time when we're on buses or trains. So something that I like to do is listen to podcasts. One of my favorite podcasts is This American Life, where they tell stories. I like a lot of storytelling podcasts, but sometimes This American Life can get pretty political, and I don't really like that. So easily I can just skip through that. Yeah. Other ones that I listen to are entrepreneurial type podcasts. One called Startup, and the other one is
The Pitch.
The Pitch.
I know, because I sometimes listen to that with her if we happen to be sharing headphones.
We do have a splitter, so it's sometimes I'll ask him if it's a topic he'd be interested in, if he wants to listen or not with me.
But I usually don't download it myself. I'll just listen if it's like a specific one that sounds interesting.
Yeah. So I have TED Radio Hour, I have Folklore, I have
And these are all ones that you listen to all the time?
Yeah, when I can download them. A lot of times with podcasts, they have a season, so they only do it for a certain amount of time, so maybe there's only 4 or 5 or 6, type podcasts. I think my ultimate favorite podcast is called Serial. It's really good. The first season of it would be probably my number one suggestion, but I haven't listened to that one in a long time.
Yeah. As for me, I don't really listen to a lot of podcasts. Now, probably a year to 2 years ago, I did actually listen to a lot of podcasts, and then I think I turned Ashley onto them, and now I don't listen to many podcasts. But when I did back in the day, I really liked Freakonomics. It was really interesting because it talked about economics and issues surrounding that, and just really interesting things as it pertained to economics. And I know that probably sounds like really nerdy and boring, and it kind of is. But I wouldn't say boring. They make it really interesting. In fact, there's a whole book that was, I believe, a bestseller that the podcast sprung out of. So, yeah, it's super popular. That would probably be one of my number one all-time podcasts that I'd recommend.
Yeah. But I do, with my extra time, like to read. I have a Kindle, and so while we're traveling, I don't have to carry books, which I add extra weight, and I actually love having my Kindle. It's one of the best purchases I think we made when we decided to travel. So on there, I have my Bible. I have a bunch of different books, book series. I've read through the series of Miss Peregrine's School of Extraordinary Children, I think.
Peculiar Children.
That's it.
How do I know this name more than you?
Actually, there's a brand new, the 4th book is coming out in October, so I'm excited to be able to get that. But I like the teen type books that I can imagine the things going on, but also it's like an easy read. I do like Dean Koontz, but his stuff's a little heavier. And then I also like Francine Rivers, who's a Christian author. She does a book called Redeeming Love that I really love, and she also has a whole series that when Josh and I first got married, we read a bit of it together, and it's called The Mark of the Lion.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah. I think I would make you read it out loud.
Oh, maybe. Okay, I can see that, like a bedtime story style.
Yeah.
I can see that. I don't remember it, but that sounds like something Ashley would do.
Maybe you should read more to me.
Narrate your books for you.
Yeah.
As far as books for me, I'm mostly interested in information. So a lot of the books I read will be like personal development or improvement books, or like just something that sparks my interest in a topic. They can be quite random. Let's see. What would be a book? Okay, so like a classic, which is It's controversial. I obviously don't believe everything in it, but it's really interesting. It's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's basically talking about how to be a nice person and be genuine. That sounds like a little bit psychopathic, like I don't understand people, but it's more about like how to work with people but still be genuine.
Yeah.
It is really what it is. But then there's another one that is I mostly disagree with, but I find really devious and interesting, which is, I think it's called the 32 Laws of Power. I think that's what it's called. And basically it takes the idea of a royal court and breaks it down into how people attain power and influence. And it does this through the ideal of a royal court and like people maneuvering and playing chess in this real life battlefield, basically.
Your book sounds so much more like intellectual than mine. Like what I like to read.
Well, okay, so perhaps my books are a little more intellectual, but when I take in entertainment, I feel like I definitely like to just numb out and be dumb a little more than you might.
Yeah, but
So-
maybe that's why you don't read as much.
That could be.
Because you're reading intellectual things that are making your brain continue.
Yeah. Okay, so like in terms of things I watch, though, I think we can get to music in a second, but I felt like the segue was nice. I like to watch a lot of YouTube, and there are a few shows I like to watch. Right now, I'm in the middle of Orphan Black, which is about... I really can't say because the spoiler gives away the first season. So Orphan Black is great.
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix
We do
right
have
now.
a Netflix account.
Yeah.
So that we can zone out.
I just really like the way that the whole team, the writers, the directors, the actors, they all took this pretty preposterous idea and really went after it seriously. Like, there's only a few times where I'm like, okay, guys, that was kind of corny. Because they did a really good job of approaching this topic super seriously. So that was interesting. In terms of YouTubers, I really like Seen Through Glass. Sam is a British YouTuber who does a lot of car videos. I'm a really big fan of Safiya Nygar, who does like fashion and makeup videos that are just really interesting, and she just, I don't know, she just makes it really fun. So I think I just like her personality a lot. And I find myself, if I just want to really zone out, watching either Tim the Tatman or Ninja play Fortnite right now, because they'll put up like a whole video on YouTube. So that's a nice little zone out thing for me.
Yeah, Josh and I share a YouTube account, so like
It's both of our stuff.
The videos are all over the place.
Yeah.
Because I really don't watch most of those that he watches, but so I'm subscribed to travel vloggers, mostly our friends. Kara
Yeah.
and Nate, I watch every one of their
Yeah.
videos. I watch every one of Flying the Nest. I watch every one of Endless Adventure.
And Kinging It.
And Kinging It. So
And I'm sure others as well.
yeah, but it's just not like a large enough grouping of YouTube videos that I watch. Sometimes I fall down the YouTube rabbit hole and watch ridiculous things that aren't like edifying at all. But I prefer Netflix, where I can watch a movie and zone out, or a series. I just finished Rain. That's a really great series. It kind of gets really weird at times. But
I mean, isn't it like a...
it's well made.
Isn't it like a WB channel show or something like that?
I don't know.
It's one of those like teen...
CW.
Yeah, the CW. It's like a teen channel.
Yeah.
So it gets a little corny, but it's mostly PG-13.
Yeah, that's a good one. I watched How to Get Away with Murder like the first season and then couldn't do it any further.
Did it get too gory for you?
Yeah, I think it's just drawn out.
Oh, I never watched it.
Yeah,
There's-
we have birds.
there's a
We're in
pigeon around
Israel
us.
right now, by
Oh,
the
hello,
way.
yes. We're in an alleyway in Nazareth. Just to give you guys a heads up, we are ahead on videos. This video is coming. Shortly, we'll be taking a break in Istanbul where we stop filming, but we edit everything and do a bunch of work behind the scenes
Yeah.
so that we can catch up and be
Yeah.
more real time. But in real time right now, this is filmed on Monday. You're seeing this Tuesday, and we are in Nazareth currently.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about podcasts and what you're watching
And reading.
and reading. Are you like? Do you like listen to music or anything?
I don't listen to music very often. Actually, rarely ever do I listen to music. I used to do it a lot when I was driving a car in Los Angeles. When I went to work, I'd listen to the radio stations. But I think maybe max I have 20 albums on my phone. That's it.
That's probably about as much as me, because when I listen to music, I do like one album, and I just put the entire album on repeat and listen to it over and over and over.
It really does.
That's how I listen to music, actually. So I'm really interested in music and artists and art in all forms. So music is one of them. Some of my all-time favorites that I consistently listen to all the time are probably Me Without You. One of my favorite albums is 10 Stories. This bird is making a big mess.
They have a nest
there's
right
a nest.
there. They were tiny little
Apparently,
babies
there's a
in
nest like 5 feet away from us. I didn't know. So Me Without You, the 10 Stories album. I like Justin Timberlake a lot, especially the not his latest, not the Man of the
one?
Woods. Yeah, the Suit and Tie. It's called 2020. I think it's called 2020. That's probably my favorite album of his. Man, the birds are like kicking up dust and it's choking me while I'm talking. Stop it.
There are babies in there. They're gonna attack you.
Okay, no, there's like a big bird and he's like flapping his wings.
Yeah.
I think I got him to stop by getting close.
Okay.
Now he's worried.
Protection.
Yeah. Okay. And then lastly, one that's kind of off the wall, and when I'm really feeling whimsical, I'll listen to Jens Lankman. He is not a super well-known artist. I believe, sorry Jens if I get this wrong, but Sweden or Norway, one of the two, maybe Denmark. Dang it! One of the Nordic countries. I guess I don't know a ton about his bio, but he does really whimsical, slightly sad-sounding stuff, but really fun. And then lastly, I really like Reliant K. They're just fun oftentimes, and some of their songs are quite deep and lyrical, and I really like that. So musically, that's probably where I'm at.
Yeah, I think like one of my all-time favorite artists is Chris Rice. He tells really great stories through his songs, and I really, really like that. So, and I grew up with Chris Rice, so that's...
Guess what? The very first gift I ever gave Ashley was a Chris Rice album.
About love.
I didn't know it at the time.
And it was our, like, very first date.
Yeah. Well, it was her birthday, so I didn't just give her a gift.
Yeah.
It was for her birthday, and I gave her this Chris Rice album. And actually, that is probably one of my favorite albums too.
Yeah, he's really great. I really like
the
him.
whole album's about love, and it's sad at times and really happy at times, and
it just tells a story.
It's super
through every
beautiful.
Song. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, no, that's some of the music that I sang when I asked you to marry me. Oh, we talked about that in a few videos ago as well.
So that pretty much sums up all we do with our extra time.
Yeah.
So if we're not on our computers working on YouTube or editing a video or planning our next trip, you might find us in our rooms, probably both with headphones on.
Yep. Doing separate things.
Yeah, listening to podcasts or reading or watching videos.
Yeah, so, we obviously don't have a ton of time extra to do that, but that's like our zone out and our decompress time. So, I don't know, that's fun. I hope that you guys enjoyed some of these suggestions. This is the stuff that we're genuinely listening to all the time, and or reading or watching or whatever it is. So, yeah.
And what we've grown into while traveling, because I think at the beginning of our travels, I did not listen to podcasts as much as I have now.
And I read more at the beginning of our travels.
Yeah.
And I feel like now I need more time to decompress, whereas before I was like seeking out more work. And I think now I've got lots of work.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Interesting how things have changed in like the last 2 or 3 years. If we had made this video a year ago even, it'd be totally different.
Yeah. If you guys have any suggestions of books that you like to read, authors that you have suggestions for me or Josh, if you have any musicians or podcasts that you think we'd find really interesting, please put them down below, because we travel a lot, we're on buses a lot, and sometimes I run out of things to listen to, and I always like finding new things, so we'd really appreciate it.
And also, I'm going to have a pinned comment there at the top of the comment section asking you guys what we should talk about in the next TidBit Tuesday.
Tuesday.
If you have a question for us or something that you think would be really interesting to share with the entire channel, put it down in the as a response to that pinned comment, and that way I can make sure to see it. Maybe we'll pick yours for next TidBit Tuesday. So again, thank you to everyone who suggested this idea. I know, I thought it was really cool. If I really wanted to get into it, I'd like share like different artists and like painters and
Josh wants
and
to pimp
sculptors.
everyone he loves.
Yeah, I get so excited about artists, and I guess because I just wish I had time to do it myself. and I like seeing other people pursuing art. And so when I see something that is beautiful and just makes me happy, I want to share it. So anyways, I hope this video encouraged you to get out there and travel today. JK, that's our normal outro. This is not specifically about travel. So, Wayfam, I guess we'll just see you in the next video.
We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.